Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the AFL Fantasy Cash Cows and going through who's the best option. This is probably going to be a shorter video as, what do we have? I think one debutant this week and maybe another couple, but and we didn't really even see a good, I think the highest score out of a 200k that was in their first game was like a 40 or something, or Angwin's 45 after a 50. It was this, it's a week that I think you can either go for, go and get a 200k guy and go get a huge guy, or you can, I guess, go and get a couple of like mid prices this week, which could be in the plans, but we'll wait and see. So before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, especially with there. Hopefully I can fix the problems I have with AFL 23, hopefully, but that should be coming out at times, and we'll get into the video now. So as you can see here, I've done this and it's really small, so let me actually fix that. Hopefully that's better. And I've basically set it up, as you can see here, that it's 200 to 299k and all statuses, and then we'll just go through the averages and how I think these players rank, etc. So Weddle's a pretty good one. I would probably put him in the top 10 this week. He wouldn't usually be in the top 10, but we literally have no one else, so he's in the top 10 playing. But he did have what's that, 35 points or so off of marks and tackles, I think it is. Yeah, 35 points off marks and tackles and only 20 points off of disposals. I think he could score really well against Fremantle and could get that 60-65 point game that we really need from him, but I'm not willing to risk it, I guess, at the moment with him, as he could easily be out of the side if CJ comes back. And they've got Melbourne in a week's time, and I don't know how he will play against them, but does have the Eagles the week after. Moyle not playing. Angwin is probably the number one guy because he sort of set in at that low to mid 250, 200k price, and he's got the good break even, like the lower break even. But he does play the Bulldogs, but I don't think that really matters. He's got a wing role basically until Ward comes back, and if I go AFL injuries, go here. If we go down GWS, where are they? I scrolled way too far. And is he here yet on this list? Where is Callan Ward? Doesn't look like Ward's on this list from what I can see. No, because he'd be down the bottom. So, and if I just go to GWS's team, they have Ward back in, and he's on the bench, so that is a massive worry. That is he on the bench or is he half forward? He's half forward, so that is a worry for Angwin, that his role's now going to be taken up, and I sort of expect him to maybe over the course of the next week or so transition from from wing to half forward, then onto the bench, and then probably out, as they'll probably put Lloyd in and just put Ward back onto the wing, and that'll be the way that they do it. So I do not really trust Angwin, and that's why I'm not going to go for him, because I have a feeling his job security is very, very, it's not the surest at the moment. Bergman, I mean, if we look at the team lineups and we go, where are they? They're on a Sunday game. So Miles Bergman is on the long in the big interchange bench at the moment. And we don't have confirmation of him coming back. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I believe it's another hour or two. So probably after this video gets released, you'll probably know. But do I expect him to play? I don't really think we will see him play, as they've got Hall. Hall's going to play. He'll probably go with Howe, and I don't really know. Paul Curtis, probably another one. And then I have a feeling Bergman's probably going to be the sub here, which is just going to ruin his break even if it's not already ruined. Bonner's not playing. Johnson got suspended. Then you have a lot of guys here that are on the emergency list. Cordy, not going to go for him. Just looking at that average. And no one else here I would really go for. Warner here is a potential guy, but I just don't like his job security at all, given that he was in for 1 game and then out for 2. And is there anyone else here? Gould is not playing. Roberts is injured. No one else here that I really like at all. Sheldrick probably gets in, but I just didn't like the role that he played, to be honest. And then I think Sheether probably misses out. And that's all of the guys that are, I guess, we do have here Tom Berry, and I want to see how he goes, because he could be a one that gives us that that run that we need, and he's a forward as well, so he might be a straight swap out for like Philippou for me next week if he scores well, but I'm not trusting that he'll score well as he's a forward. But if he does get, say, 35 or 40, 45, 50, somewhere around there, then we can bring him in next week, as he'll have the Eagles, and I think he'll do well against the Eagles. I'm just going to go down here because we do have to talk about... where is he? Oh, wait, no, I already have him. I don't know why I did that. I already have him in my side. Is Blake Jury's... he's named on the field, I think, actually. If we look at it, Blake Jury's named as halfback. I don't expect him probably to be playing halfback. I sort of expect Zeeble to swap here with him. But it is a worry if he's playing halfback and Zeeble is playing full forward, especially against St Kilda. But St Kilda is known for their letting a lot of chances come in. So I think Zeeble, even if he's full forward, should still be able to get 15 to 20 touches. But it will help Blake Jury out if he is in the backline, but I really don't want that in terms of AFL Fantasy, as it means Zeeble will be a trade out next week, which I really don't want. And then we go to, so Blake Jury's in there, and also we see here, which I don't really take much notice, they have got Hall on the extended bench, Sheezel, Zeeble, and then Blake Jury's here. I don't think he's going to play in the backline, just because I think you will see it will be Hall, Zeeble, Sheezel, McDonald, Mackay, and probably Core. Like, if we look at Perez here, take that off. That should get him. Perez is a defender midfielder and hasn't played this year at all. So that's also one guy to look at if, because North Melbourne seem to be kicking around the back a lot, if he can get involved. But I don't even know if he'll be in the backline to start. So we've got to have to see with that. Anyone in the 300k range really to talk about? 300k range, you've got Aikens, Simpson I think is close to being dropped, so I wouldn't go for him. Lester, McVee's not putting up the numbers. Davies is one that's interesting, although I think we need to see him score another big score to get that break even starting to go down before we even think about it, and to have the actual ability to score big, which is a danger with these mid prices or these higher rookies. And there's not really anyone else to talk about. Did McCartan come back last week? He did, but he didn't play well. There's not much left in any of these guys. So let's go to the 400k region. I mean, if you don't have Cincotta, now is the time to get him. His ownership is 43% basically, so you got to get him. Anyone else 300k range that you've got to get? I mean, Mitchell looks set now that CJ is out and Scrimshaw is in, that he won't get subbed. And if he doesn't get subbed, he should be looking at a 60. And if we look at break-even wise, if we look here, and I just hotkey in Mitchell, not that Mitchell, that Mitchell, he's got a 6 break even with a 60 score. He goes up 45k, and then he has the potential to play the full game next week, gets another 60. That gets him up to 400k, and then you have a way with getting some cash in the bank to be able to get him up to a premium, or risk him with another mid-pricer somewhere down the line. So that's really, I think, all that we need to talk about. Is there anyone else? Oh, you have Kemp here as well that I was talking about with the 400k guys. So you have Kemp and Aitken, that are guys that you can take a risk on. I'm contemplating basically, do I go Steele and Drury, or do I go McPherson and Drury or McPherson and Aiken? So if you guys have gotten to this point in the video, comment who you think I should go with before, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter actually now looking at it, but I think I'll be swayed more if we see the likes of Wilmot have a bad game or something like that, as I don't really trust Drury at the moment, especially with the position I expect him to play. That I don't really trust his high scoring ability, and I do not trust Philippou, even though Philippou has North Melbourne, so maybe I should trust him. But I have the Saturday to ponder over it. So that really is the video, as there isn't anyone else cash cow wise that isn't sort of getting on the verge of mid prices that we talked about yesterday. So that's the video there, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks guys, goodbye.